sweet cravings. The second thing that was brought up in the post that I put in the group the other day asking for things that people are unsure about or struggling with or what have you was sweet cravings. And a really powerful realization that I came to a number of years ago, both for changing some of my own habits and for helping people change theirs, is that actually what we often crave or maybe consider ourselves to be addicted to or struggle not to have is not necessarily the thing, it's the benefit it brings. So, what we're really addicted to some degree as a species, is feeling better. And we all have a myriad of different things that we can do to help ourselves feel better. And sweet food can potentially be one of them. And really, what we're getting from that sweet food is that relatively momentarily feeling of feeling better. If it just made us feel worse, we wouldn't have it. No matter how many times we tell ourselves, I don't know why I did that, we did it because to some degree, at some level, and probably to a fair amount, it made us feel better. Us humans want to feel better. It's what enabled us to survive and thrive and evolve and do so well as a species. We're really good at doing that. But unfortunately, the things that do that over the last number of decades or hundreds of years have also now got a side effect, a longer term downside that does the exact opposite. But again, that realization that what we're looking to do is feel better is powerful, because what we can do is look to replace, or at least partially replace, some of those things that give us a total net loss with something else that makes us feel better for a total net gain. Because if we just try and stop eating cake or biscuits or whatever else it is that makes us feel better, we will just have to force ourselves to not feel as good, and willpower will only allow us to do that for so long. If we create a cake-shaped hole in our life, not only will we fill it at some point with cake or what have you, but we'll probably end up desiring it even more. So what we can do, firstly, is look at other approaches, methods, techniques that make us feel better. Maybe not acutely to quite the same level as cake or whatever other sweet things we're tempted by, but that will contribute to an overall better feeling. So exercise, getting more sleep, water, maybe meditation, all sound a bit boring, but if they contribute to us feeling better, we'll feel less of a need for those things that make us feel better kind of shorter term. Secondly, we can also look to make some of these cravings less easy to act on. If you haven't already seen the section on habit forming on the Learn tab, it talks about how to make something we do, the actual response, the thing, harder or easier. So if it's harder for us to give in to do the thing that the sweet craving is wanting us to do, we're less likely to do it. So having less of those things in the house, having them less accessible, is not a massive win, but enough of a win that it's worth doing. Whatever we might tell ourselves about having to have it in for the kids, or whatever justification we might give, we don't need to have it in at that particular point. If we just buy in sweet things for the particular time that they're needed for whoever we feel they're needed for, but don't have them generally lying around in the house, I'm sure you'll agree we're liable to consume less. So in short, if we have sweet cravings, firstly, let's look at what we can do that would give us the benefit of that thing and not just leave a cake-shaped hole in our lives. And secondly, how can we make it harder for us actually to do that thing?